My name is Charlotte Wagner, and I own and operate Duskland Dogs Training and Behavior out of Warrenton, Virginia. I've decided I'm going to do more with my dog, so my American Staffordshire Terrier Luna and I are going to be learning a series of new tricks based on the Dog Tricks and Training Workbook brought to us by Kira Sundance. We're going to start off with a few basic tricks, including sit. To begin with, you're going to need a lure, something that your dog really likes, like bacon or jerky treats or a piece of chicken. Luna really likes the Zooks treat, so that's what we're going to be using today. And you're also going to need to use a verbal marker like yes to let your dog know exactly when she's done the right behavior. I'm going to start out, take the treat and hold it right in front of my dog's nose to make sure that I can lure her into the position that I want, which is sit, meaning her butt has to touch the ground before I say yes and give her a treat. Luna, ready? I take the treat, lift it up, yes, give her a treat. Take the treat, lift it up, yes, treat. I try to practice the behavior a few times, yes, before I actually add the cue so that the dog knows what I'm on about. Ready? Sit, yes, treat. After a few rehearsals, then I can start adding the cue. Sit, yes, good girl. Ready, Luna? Luna, sit. Yes, good girl. Luna, ready? Sit. Yes, good girl. After many repetitions, I'm actually going to only use my verbal and my hand cue and see if the dog responds. Once she's chosen the correct behavior, then I will use yes and give her a treat. Luna, ready? Sit. Yes, good girl. As you can see, I'm feeding from my other hand and signaling with my right. Luna, ready? Let's go, come on. Good girl, ready? Luna, sit. Yes, good girl. Kira recommends in her book that you actually do the behavior around 100 times, but that may vary from dog to dog. You might require 100 practice sessions or repeating the command 200 times. It depends on your reinforcement and how quickly your dog picks up behavior and how motivated they are. Ready, Luna? Let's go. Sit. Yes, good girl. Ready, Luna? Let's go. Sit. Yes, good girl. Ready? Sit. Yes, good girl. Once you've done the command in one location, you might want to try different locations in order for your dog to generalize the behavior. That means you want to practice in your kitchen, in your yard, at the pet store, at your local supply store, or anywhere else. The more places you practice with your dog, the more they're going to be able to apply the principle in different locations and generalize the behavior. Thanks a lot. That's a sit from me and Luna. Yes. The second behavior we're going to work on today is called paws up. I basically want Luna to put her front feet on the top of the stool, and I'm going to use my yes marker to let her know when she's done the correct behavior. After a while, I'm going to want her to do it on cue only without the presence or lure of the food. So to begin with, I'm going to put the treat right on her nose, put it across the stool, yes, and mark when she puts her feet on top of the surface. Let's go. Good girl. Yes, good girl. I do the behavior a few times before I add the cue, just so that she knows what this game is about. Yes, good girl. Ready, Tuna? Paws up. Yes, good girl. I always make sure that I feed in position when the dog has the paws still on the stool, not after she gets back off. Let's go. Paws up. Paws up. Now, if she hesitates, I might be going too quickly. See how I removed the treat from her face? I might bring the lure back and move it slowly, yes, and keep her nose on the treat to get her up. Good. Ready? Paws up. Yes, good girl. Ready? Paws up. Yes, good girl. Good girl, Luna. Paws up. Yes, good girl. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait and see if she does it by cue only after we've rehearsed it a few times. Ready, Luna? Paws up. Yes, good girl. I've removed the lure away a little bit and don't keep it right on her nose. Ready? Luna. Paws up. Nope. Yes, good girl. I'm going to use this motion as my visual cue. Luna, paws up. Yes, good girl, good girl. Ready, Luna? Good girl, come on. Luna, here. Paws up. Yes, good girl. Ready, Luna? Luna, paws up. Yes, good girl. This way. Ready, Luna? Paws up. Yes, good girl. You're going to want to repeat the behavior multiple times before your dog actually knows the behavior on cue. And just like with any other commands, you want to make sure that you generalize the behavior by practicing in many different locations.